Hey yo, YouTube, bruh. Y'all see what's on the screen right now, bro? We got Bradley Beal of the former Washington Wizards, bro. They real live. I'm from DC. The Wizards real live traded Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns. They traded Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns. So now Phoenix has Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton. And I see a lot of people in like on Twitter or YouTube, on different little pages and stuff saying like, "Oh my God, like they just got finessed." Ooh, ooh. They're saying like, the Suns really don't have a bench now because they traded Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, and a bunch of picks, bruh. For Bradley Bill, we got back Chris Paul, Landry Shamet, and a bunch of picks for Bradley Bill. I heard people saying, like, oh yeah, you can trade him to Miami, you'll get back Tyler Hero, maybe Duncan Robinson, somebody else. Like, bro, I heard so many trades, like potential trades for Bradley Bill, bro. I was texting my best friend. My best friend gonna say, "Oh, now they can go back in a rebuild. They can go into a rebuild." I said, "Bruh, if they wanted to do that, bro, you could have did that this past season to try to get Victor. Y'all don't understand, bro. Y'all don't understand how they. Y'all don't understand how. Y'all don't understand how much like like doing like the draft lottery. Like, bro, I wanted the Wizards to end up with one or two, really one, so we can get Victor, bruh. If y'all was just gonna do that, then why y'all just couldn't do that last year? Well, this past, not last year, but this past season that just passed, bruh. Y'all was gonna go in a rebuild direction. Y'all could have did this last season, bruh. Y'all know y'all want to go to the playoffs, bruh. Let's not get to this video, man.
The Bradley Beal trade is an absolute disaster for Washington, and we're going to get into all the reasons why. But I want to begin with the trade itself. You can see on screen here what the trade actually was, what the compensation was in exchange for a player in Bradley Beal that has made all NBA teams recently, a guy that, in Washington's opinion, was worthy of a supermax last offseason. This is all they got. I'm not even going to read what they got in the trade because they got basically nothing. Let's talk about this first for Phoenix, and then I'll yell and scream about Washington for a while. So Phoenix, I'm not actually sure that this helps them a ton. Like individually, when you talk about the asset that is Brad.
Bro, what when niggas say shit like this, bro? When niggas say shit like this, bro, oh, I don't know how Bradley Bill will help the Phoenix Suns. Like I hear that so much. Oh man, that doesn't help their team. They don't help. You got fucking Bradley Bill, an all-star player, mid-range assassin, three-level scorer. How is he gonna help Devin Booker? Like, how is Bradley Bill gonna help Devin Booker, who we just seen in the playoffs have fucking video game numbers? I'm talking about real live video game numbers. I'm talking about the stat line was damn near flawless by himself. I don't say by himself because he did have Kevin Durant, but then you got Kevin Durant, and then you add Bradley Beal to that. Come on, like, bruh. Okay, I know what y'all gonna say. Oh man, it might not work because it's only one basketball, bro. You heard what Devin Booker said when Kevin Durant first got there, and Chris Paul, bro. I've never been this open in my fucking career. I gotta get used to this. I have never been this open. You know what Devin Booker been saying for his entire career, bro? I've been getting double teamed my whole career, bro. Do you know how it feels to just have one-on-one success, just somebody playing me face up? Do you not know how that? Come on, bro. Now that, come on, bro. Like, y'all just gotta shut up sometimes, bro.
Bradley Beal, this is an outstanding trade. Just player for player. You don't consider the contract. You don't consider the context. You're only giving up a player in Chris Paul that they didn't even really want this offseason. They basically tried to waive him, or it was reported that he was almost waived. They didn't really care about that guy very much. Landry Shamet is fine, but I mean, he's basically worth like a second-round pick, handful of seconds. And then the pick swaps might be dangerous, but when you're already in the position that Phoenix is in, giving up all these future picks to a team like Brooklyn, including a couple of other pick swaps to get a player of Bradley Beal's caliber, is really not that big of a deal. The real issue for them is, does it actually improve their roster in any kind of meaningful way? Yes, kind of. Bradley Beal is better than, for example, Chris Paul. He's better, obviously, than Landry Shamet.
This summer, chill like you're retired.
And he's better than those two players combined. And just strictly from that perspective, when you're looking at talent for talent, it improves their roster. But the problem is, this isn't a talent for talent situation for Phoenix. This is their team now. They have these three guys. They have Ayton, who they may or may not move here down the road, and they have pretty much nothing else. And the fit of those three guys together, despite how well I think Kevin Durant fits in pretty much any kind of superstar situation, is very much in question. I mean, Booker and Beal are relatively the same player. Neither of them are fantastic playmakers, nor is Kevin Durant. And yes, the overall offensive talent is fantastic, as was the KD, Kyrie, Harden Nets teams, but Harden became the facilitator in that situation. Yeah. There's no facilitator here for Phoenix. And so yes, from an asset standpoint, in terms of what they gave up to get Bradley Beal, they gave up basically nothing. And I'm honestly kind of
nothing. We gave up nothing, bro. And I'm saying we because like I'm from DC, but we don't win anything. So it's like, you know, Kevin Durant is from the area, so I'm going. When Kevin Durant won the championship, I feel like, bro, the city feels like, hey, we won. The city feels like, bro, we won a championship, bro, because the Wizards is not going to win anything. But then I heard people say, like, what is the owner doing? Because, you know, they just got a new owner this past season. He came aboard this past season. The owner of the Phoenix Suns. Bruh. It just seemed like he just did move them all. As long as we keep Devin Booker, hey, the coach can go. All the players, like he just out that thing real live. My GM, like he really playing my GM right now. He real live playing my GM right now. Man, come on, move them all.
Shocked that there was no other team around the league that was willing to give up a little bit more than this in exchange for Bradley Beal. So that helps them. But from a fit standpoint and in terms of how it locks in this roster moving forward, I'm really not sure how much it actually improves their chances of winning a title this upcoming season. I don't think they're...
Man, you're stupid if you think that, bro. You're real life stupid if you think that this don't help their chances, bro. Do you not see what Kevin Durant and Devin Booker just did by themselves? Now, if they could move DeAndre Ayton to get like a Miles Turner and something else, Miles Turner can help stretch the floor, any rim protecting things. Come on, bro. And he has that motor in his back to where he want to play. That'll be mean, bro. That will be mean.
Now better than Denver, a team that we just saw go 16-4 in the postseason. And it's very easy to argue that this is just kind of a redundant upgrade. Like, Bradley Beal is a worse version of Devin Booker, and yes, that helps you win either KD or Booker.
But he's a better version than Chris Paul. Right now. He's a better version. He's a better version than Chris Paul. I don't think y'all understanding that. Now Devin Booker is in a situation where, damn, I don't gotta play like I'm hurt. Like, I don't gotta pretend. Like, yeah, I don't want to pretend like I'm XYZ. Like, I could just be myself. Man, come on, bro. That shit is gonna be so OP, bro. You got 3 players that can kill you on all 3 levels. I heard somebody say on Twitter, man, this is about to be the most mid-range shots we gonna ever see in the NBA, bro. They gonna real life kill y'all from the mid, bro. The mid-range. 3-pointer. Cutting to the basket, slashing, layups, dunks.
Or sit, or it obviously helps you offensively, but defensively, I don't see it. I don't see how Ayton really, elevates this roster in any meaningful way. So maybe they look to move him down the road. And on paper, yes, accumulating stars like this, being aggressive like this makes sense. But now you're Phoenix. You're going into this second apron era where your ability to improve your roster beyond these 4 guys is basically zero. You have no future first-round picks. You have no future pick swaps. You have no second-round picks. You have no young player of any interest.
I don't think you understand, bro. The owner don't care about that. The owner's trying to win right now, today. What LeBron say? What LeBron say when he's making a comparison? Bro, fuck them picks. Fuck them picks. Like, fuck them picks. I'm LeBron James. Now, but if you want to say I'm Kevin Durant, how long you think I'm going to be playing basketball? Come on, like, I'm still good enough to get the job done. Fuck them picks. How long you think I'm about to... Fuck them picks. I'm here for championships. Bring me people that could come around me. We can win championships. Fuck them picks. You think... Fuck the picks. Oh, but what about your draft capital? What about your future? Bro, if we win a championship next year, who give a fuck about the picks? Who fucking cares? Who cares? Oh, but you can't get this player. Or you could have drafted this person. Or this person from... You trade this pick, this person trying. Who cares? Let's get a championship. What are you talking about? What do you niggas be talking about, bruh? We're looking at the Thunder right now having all these picks, right? You only get 15 players. Right now, we're in our mind saying, bro, oh, they got this person, like they got SGA, they got Josh Giddey, they got Jalen Williams, both of them. They got Chet Holmgren. They got Lou Dort. Like, bruh, they having people. They finding players, bruh. What the fuck you think they're gonna do with all them players, bruh? Them 15 first round pick. Like, what you think they're gonna do? They cannot have that many players. Fuck them picks. Let us get our nucleus and let's go from there. Fuck them picks. Especially when you got a person like a LeBron James and Kevin Durant. A Chris Paul, a DeMar DeRozan, like people that's getting older. Man, a Jimmy Butler, like, bruh, what are you niggas talking about, bruh?
Interest whatsoever, unless you think DeAndre Ayton has any kind of
we're not here to talk about what's going on in the future. We're living in right now.
Just doesn't seem like he does. And you've locked yourself into, yes, a player that's very talented, but also still has a no trade clause for the entirety of the rest of this contract and is on one of the bigger contracts in the league and will continue to be. And this is your team. And if it doesn't work, KD gets hurt. If you're winning 45 games, you are the worst franchise in the entire league for years and years to come. This, to me, has even more risk than when the Nets brought in, Kyrie and KD and Harden because of the age of KD. And yes, there's still upside with guys like Booker to continue to improve. But this is, we've seen teams in the past give up a lot of assets. This is now 0 assets moving forward for Phoenix. Okay, let's talk about Washington. There's so many things to talk about. There's so many reasons to be upset about this.
We just
if you're a Washington fan. And I'm going to try and be kind to the current front office and the people currently in charge, because it's not all the same people that made the decisions that led to this, that led to Bradley Beal going for basically nothing. Again, a guy that I mentioned in the beginning was worthy of a Supermax contract in the former front office's eyes, and was someone that made all NBA teams, and a couple of years ago would have gotten a ton in return. And this package looking the way that it does isn't necessarily this front office's fault in itself. So I want to try and be kind to that. However, overall as a franchise, this is about as poorly as any team has ever mismanaged a star, a superstar, whatever you think Bradley Beal is, trade in terms of the compensation that they're getting in return. This is about as bad as it gets. You went from a guy that 2-3 seasons ago would have probably gotten you multiple future firsts, an interesting young asset, something along the lines of maybe what Donovan Mitchell got for Utah last offseason. And instead, they continue to run it back. They haven't made the playoffs in years. They haven't really been an interesting team in years. Some of that has to do with injuries. Some of it doesn't. And then the whole reason this compensation is as bad as it is because of the contract.
Cut the cable with Fios Home Internet and cut your internet bill to just $25 a month.
I finally cut the cable, switched to Fios Home Internet.
Cable internet wasn't cutting the mustard.
Lower upload speeds.
That they gave him last offseason, and of course, I said it at the time, and I'm going to say it again, the no trade clause. This might be the last time a player ever gets a no trade clause for the rest of the history of the NBA. It might never exist anymore, because not only did Beal get the chance to put himself on a team that he wants to go to, whether it be Phoenix or Miami, and force himself there, but he also forced Washington to basically not get anything in return for him, because he wanted the team, in this case Phoenix, to be as good as they possibly could be by the time that he got there. And that's only because of the no trade clause. Yes, the contract is a big deal in terms of the numbers. Yes, he's getting a little bit older. Yes, he hasn't been durable. But Bradley Beal should still be worth more than this. And the only reason that he isn't is because of the no trade clause, which, again, when you're thinking about Phoenix here moving forward, the no trade clause is still a thing. It does not go away. So if down the road they think that they need to move him or recover some of these assets, it's not an option for them. I cannot overstate enough how much of a disaster in terms of asset management and mismanagement in this case this is for Washington. It's not just the compensation that they got back, it's that they actively led themselves towards this situation, and it's all their fault. It's not
they
fault.
weren't gonna win anything when they did that Kristaps Porzingis trade, bro. Like,
people necessarily that are in charge there now, but as an organization, they put this on themselves. And quite frankly, this is one of the most interesting trades that we've had in a long time, because it might work. Phoenix might be very good. The offensive talent might be completely overwhelming, but this could also be a disaster for both teams. Washington now has pretty much no direction moving forward, in contrast to most star trades.
And you know the sad thing about Washington, bro, we always end up with like pick 7 through 9. Like, we never get, like, bruh, that's the shit that really makes me mad, bro. We always end up in the same fucking pick every time. 7 through 9. Every time. And we always go get a guard. It's always the same person every time. It's always a fucking guard.
Where you have some assets, you have some cool stuff to kind of look at. They don't have that. Like, pick swaps, I guess. Maybe Landry Shamet. Maybe you're a big Landry Shamet guy, but it's the worst star trade package that we've ever seen, with the exception, maybe, ironically, of Jimmy Butler going to Miami in exchange for Josh Richardson. But even then, Josh Richardson probably worth more than what Phoenix just gave up. Just an all-time disaster class in asset management by Washington. And again, I'm not even sure this is a good idea for Phoenix either. And really, the last part of this is Bradley Beal's role in all of this. He has connections to the Suns organization, and I think it's pretty clear that even though he made some promises to Washington, and I think he was genuine in wanting to try and win there, and I think he enjoyed being the main guy in Washington. I think it's also pretty clear that once he got the big money contract that he had been kind of waiting on and had planned for, there were points where he signed extensions with last offseason being the target date of trying to get a Supermax as soon as he was eligible. And he definitely maximized, what he could get contract-wise out of Washington. And then pretty immediately after getting that big deal, may or may not have won it out, but was at least okay with getting moved. And, certainly there's a lot of blame on the organization for the no trade clause, for giving him the Supermax that they never needed to give him, for continuing to recommit to him when it certainly made so much more sense to move him a couple of years ago. But if I'm a Wizards fan, I think it's fair to put some of the blame on Beal here as well. Like I said, with some of those connections that he has to the Suns organization and the power that no trade clause gave him.
And you know the sad part about all this shit though, bro? You know the sad part really about all this shit, bro? We traded away, even though I know John Wall was injury prone. I'm not saying injury prone, but he was coming back from injuries at this time. Like, we gave away John Wall, somebody that really wanted to be here, somebody that really embodied, like, DC. Like, he just loved DC. Like, and he'd tell you, like, that's why it was so emotional for him to, like, get traded. He like, damn, bro, like, I real life love this place. Like, I'm talking about going to the local clubs, like, damn near every day, like, being seen with the local artists, like, to, like, this man in the community just doing a lot of charity work. Like, he real life love this place, like, and it showed. Like, they real life gave up on him, who still got more, like, who still was like, bro, I got more to give, bro. And right now, he even has more to give right now. He's like, bro, I just need an opportunity. Like, why niggas not even trying to give me an opportunity? Like, I don't even think, do he got a bad name in the NBA? Like, is his name bad? Like, I don't think so. Like, but, yeah, shit just crazy.
Have just used it to get to a particular team, but he went so far as to use it to also make sure that Washington did not get very much back for him. There are plenty of other franchises that would not have been loyal to Beal the way that Washington was and not have given him the contract and look to move him way sooner. And I think it's definitely fair to ask and fair to be upset about, Bradley Beal's role in all this potentially, especially given now that he's been moved specifically to Phoenix because of some of the connections that he has there. Ultimately, most of the blame falls on, the front office guys that were in charge when they gave him the contract. But Beal is not blameless in this at all. And I honestly can't wait to see how this works out for both teams and what kind of impact this has on both of them over the next decade, really.
May your score be below par and your hard seltzer be well above it. High noon, sun's up.
Trading Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns for Chris Paul.
Bruh, see y'all niggas in the next video though, bruh, cause yeah, like I said, bro, if Kevin Durant get another ring, bruh, hey, DC, we feel like we won a championship.